can't beat a bit of shit. Why I'm drinking that crap is anybody's guess. Anyway, spent about an hour compiling this rather large list of like things and people and items and objects and places and blah de blah de blah de blah, you know, what has been deemed racist in the last, say, couple of years. Right, and do you know how many's on this list? There could be a lot more, mind you. 43. Anyway, number one, which is racist. I've seen it on Alex Belfield's show once. Trains. Yep. I won't go into the why. Gardening. Yeah, that came from the BBC. Japan. Yep, Japan. And the reason I know this is because a lot of people on social media have called me a racist when they found out that I work for a Japanese company, which I've done for like, oh God, over 20 years. Different Japanese companies anyway, but mostly supplying Nissan, and I'm racist for working for the Japanese. And I never knew why until somebody told me once, and I just nearly fainted. He says, oh, it's because the Japanese have a very strict no migrant policy. And you know, they did let in 100 or so one time, and into a lovely peaceful area of Japan, and just it was mayhem for the next 2 years or something, or less, 18 months maybe. Muggings had gone up. This is a lovely, quiet, peaceful Japanese neighbourhood, crime free, up until this point when 100 or so Muslims went there. Anyway, so that's why if you have anything to do with the Japanese, you're racist, because they don't let migrants in too easily, and good for them. It would be a damn shame to see Japanese culture, which is a beautiful culture, just go by the wayside like a lot of European and Western countries have. Well, anyway, clocks. Yep, clocks are racist apparently. Time in itself, it's something to do with, some professor says it's because black people of colour are mostly late for appointments and work and that. I mean, he's racist by saying that, isn't he? He's like stereotyping people of colour by saying, oh, they're all late, they're never on time for anything. So what does he do? He blames fucking time itself, which is not even man-made. Clocks are, fair enough, but then he twisted it round to clocks instead of time. Never mind. Great Pink Floyd song, by the way. And, yep, this is a good one. Number 5, London black cabs. It was about 2 years ago, just after George Floyd, I think. And BLM reared the ugly head yet again, because it had been dormant for a few years before that. And London black cabs. And so they protested about it. And then when they changed it to what, London white cabs, well, they nearly did. They didn't actually, but that's what they wanted. And then they said, no, that's even more racist because they're white instead of black. I mean, what do these people want? So, chess, because apparently the white piece always goes first. That was number 6. 7, streets. 8, pubs. I've got a good story about a pub. I'm not going to tell you, it's too long. Why pubs are, why. 9, obviously, statues. That should have been number 1, really. 10, the Rolling Stones, because of the song Brown Sugar. Apparently it's connected to slavery. Number 11, Genesis, because of some of the past songs I did, which was just, in jest. 12, COVID, that's racist, yeah. 13, truckers, because of what happened in Canada lately. 14, rice. This is a good one. Uncle Ben's rice, right? In this country. It had an image. It had a picture of a black man on the box of rice or whatever, right? Uncle Ben's. So, the woke left, the woke mob. Oh, it's racist, it's racist. So what they've done is they've got rid of the word uncles and erased that fucking picture of a black man off the box. I don't know about you, but I think that's a little bit more racist than not leaving him on. Leaving him on. Why didn't they just leave that image of the black man on there? What are they removing it for? God, never mind. There's no accounting for the lack of intellect from the left. Yeah, so truckers, rice, syrup, yeah. Aunt Jemima's syrup in America. Apparently it's also connected to slavery. Predator, the film. Yeah, apparently it was not just that. Oh, aliens. Because, the Hispanic woman, the butch one called Vasquez, she talks like a Hispanic and everything, the accent in the film. And they tried to cancel that film because of that, because she was being culturally appropriate or something, what the left call it. I don't know what the fucking hell they're on about there. Imitating someone who you're not. That's all about acting, isn't it? Anyway, 17, Fawlty Towers, for obvious reasons. 18, football. 19, curry, yeah. 20, American Airlines. You don't want to know what the Biden administration administered there. Very dangerous indeed. 21, Only Fools and Horses. No racist elements of it whatsoever. 22, Mount Everest. Yeah, Mount Everest is racist. You can look into all this yourselves. Don't take my word for it. I'm not just pulling this from under me fucking hat or out my arsehole, This is what I fucking... It's unbelievable, I know. But the left are unbelievable. Literature, lots of it. Enid Blyton, fucking, you name it. It'll be Catherine Cookson next. You watch. 24, cartoons. 25, St. George's Day. Yeah, we all know about that. 26, British countryside. Yeah. Again, that came from the BBC. 27, our police force. Oh yeah, they're driving around in rainbow cars and, even if they get suspected of being racist, they'll be severely reprimanded. God, our British police force, they must be the most soft as shit, woke, diverse police force on the planet. Going on all these fucking pride marches and that. I don't know any other police force in the world that does that. 28, F1, which is baffling to say the least. 29, the Queen, yeah, do you remember what happened in that college? 30, the NHS. 31, Capitalism, yeah, 32 jelly babies, 33 knives and forks, yeah, that was the number one. 34 Bristol College, of course it is. 35 snow. 36 dogs. 37 Winston Churchill. 38 David Livingstone, and he was actually one of the biggest. You know, he abolished slavery. He wrote about it. He dedicated his life to getting rid of slavery, because he was 10 years old when it was rife, and he was, he was in a workhouse and stuff. Oh, but in Scotland they want to rip his statue down just because he hated slavery and he fought to get rid of it. He had no part in it except getting rid of it, but they want to tear the statue down. 39 chains. Well, chains, I don't like jewellery, I never wear it. Any chains, really. Like in the Black Country in Birmingham. I'm surprised they haven't changed the name of that. It's only named that because of all the industry and stuff and factories. 40, Adele, yeah, she got accused of not only being a woman or being a transphobic because she said she was a woman at the Brit Awards. About 2 years ago, she was also in the press for cultural appropriation, because it was a Notting Hill festival. So Adele, yeah. 41, maths. That's a new one, that. Look into it. Maths. Apparently that's racist now. Don't ask me. 42, art. Various artists haven't, 43, I've just seen this today. A radio host was sacked because, Camilla Harris, the First Lady, she had this grotesque brown suit on, right? It just looked horrible on her. It didn't fit her anything. It was a horrible colour. And all this radio host said, a working class, come from nothing, she's a humble radio host. She just says, tweeted, that doesn't look good on you, it's far too brown or something, or, it's just horrible. And she got sacked because a few fucking activists went on Twitter, pretended to be offended, and, we'll bring down another conservative. What they fail to fucking realise is every time they do this, try and cancel people, it makes these people even bigger. Well, it's one of your fucking specialities, isn't it? The left. Home goals. Just look at the BBC. Jesus wept. Yeah, suits. So now it's racist to make fun of a horrible suit on the first woman. I mean, here's the punchline. Camilla Harris, right, she's the First Lady. She's deemed as a victim, portrayed as a victim, right? And the oppressor is this backstreet working class radio host from a working class background. Camilla Harris is the victim, though. She's one of the most, if not the most powerful woman on earth at this very moment. She's the victim. Don't you just love it? Anyway, that's all I've got for you. There's 43 on there. I'll compile another big list, because there's bound to be more. I mean, this is the tip of the iceberg, I think. Talk about fucking thin of the wedge. Thin end of the wedge. There's going to be more, man, because it keeps coming up all the time. Gingerbread men. I forgot to mention gollywogs. I mean, that wasn't racist.
You know, I've been around the world and everywhere, and I used to knock around go to school with black kids and that. When we were very young, we used to knock around in each other's houses. Fucking some of them had gollywogs, for crying out loud.